Good evening. So I'll be presenting the topics homeostasis and edema. I have prepared my notes from Ramdas and Harshmohan pathology. The definition of homeostasis, it is a mechanism by which the constancy of the internal environment is maintained and ensured. So for this purpose, living membranes such as the vascular endothelium and the cell membrane, they have a very important function in the exchange of fluids, electrolytes, nutrients across the compartments of the body fluids. The two main components of the internal environment consists of water and electrolytes. The first component, water, it is the principal and essential constituent of the body. About 50 to 60% of the body weight is water, and this water is distributed into two main compartments, the intracellular fluid compartment and extracellular fluid compartment. The intracellular fluid compartment is a space within the cell membrane, and it holds about 33% of body weight containing water. The extracellular fluid compartment constitutes about 27% of body weight containing water. The extracellular fluid compartment is again divided into the interstitial fluid, also including the lymph, the intravascular fluid or the plasma, mesenchymal tissues which hold water, such as the dense connective tissue, cartilage, bones, transcellular fluid, which are secretions of secretory cells in body. The second component is electrolytes. The main function of electrolytes are maintenance of acid-base equilibrium, the maintenance of proper osmolality and volume of fluids, the concentration. The concentration of electrolytes have certain specific physiological functions. A very good example is calcium, which is required for neuromuscular excitability. The intracellular fluid has low concentration of sodium and chloride, while the extracellular fluid has a high concentration of sodium, chloride, and bicarbonate. The plasma has a high protein content compared to that of the interstitial fluid. And now, as to how the homeostasis is maintained, the body has various equilibria and gradients present in it. The first and very important one is the water electrolyte balance, or the Donan's equilibrium. Water and electrolytes can be gained through absorption through the bowel or any other paraenteral route. Water electrolytes can be lost by excretion through kidneys, perspiration, and other minor losses such as exhalation, feces, and other secretions. Second is acid-base balance. The pH of the blood is maintained at a very narrow range of 7.4 plus or minus 0.05, even though the body produces a lot of acid-base metabolites during normal metabolic activity. So this acid-base balance is regulated with the help of buffer systems, the pulmonary mechanism, and renal mechanisms. Third is the pressure gradients. The body has two main pressure gradients that help in maintaining homeostasis. It is the effective oncotic pressure and the effective hydrostatic pressure. So the oncotic pressure is exerted by the plasma, the proteins and colloids present in the body fluid. It is higher in the plasma than the interstitial fluid, and which facilitates the difference between them, facilitates the flow of fluid into the capillary. The effective hydrostatic pressure facilitates the flow of fluid out of the capillary into the interstitial space. That is about homeostasis.